You're listening to the AstroMommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the AstroMommy community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. If you would like to support the AstroMommy Newsletter, there are several ways to do so. Subscribe on Substack, share it with a friend, schedule a reading, check out my family's Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo, or just leave a tip. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. Moon enters Libra, and Jupiter conjoins the North Node in Taurus, balancing big feelings. Plus, I have some good news to share. Daily Horoscope for Monday and Tuesday, May 29th through the 30th, 2023. Good morning, friends. First, happy Memorial Day. I hope you all had a nice holiday weekend and are enjoying a day off if you get it. Well, I have some good news to report. I passed my traditional Hellenistic astrology exam and I am now a certified astrologer. I'm not going to lie, it feels good to have some professional feedback for the skills I've acquired over the last year. But it's just one tiny summit on the mountain ranges of astrology. There's still so much to learn, practice, and assimilate. But I want to send out a thank you to all of you who have been here supporting me in my journey and giving such great feedback and helping create this awesome AstroMommy community. I really appreciate you all, and I've learned so much by writing this horoscope for over a year now. My plan is to stay open and keep learning, so thank you. Okay, let's get into the astrology. On Monday, the moon finishes up her time in Virgo and then makes her ingress into Libra at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time. So over the weekend, there could have been major decisions you had to make or realities you had to swallow that were not sugar-coated. But by Monday, we are in a better place. The Libra moon wants to have a fun social time connecting with people and enjoying the many relationships we have. The sun in Gemini is at 7 and 8 degrees on Monday and Tuesday and happens to be conjoining the USA's natal Uranus at 8 degrees Gemini. The USA natal Uranus is in the 7th house of open enemies, relationships, and legal matters of the USA's independence chart. So there could be a spotlight on one of those topics that should be interesting, especially since transiting Saturn in Pisces is forming a square to the USA's natal Uranus, indicating a shattered reality is coming, but that's for another post. After the moon enters Libra on Monday morning, she forms a trine to Pluto in Aquarius, indicating an easy outpouring of whatever transition the last week or month has caused in your life. You may feel open to sharing your Tower card or Death card experiences with others if those readings from last Friday and over the weekend resonated with you. Then in the afternoon, the moon forms a quincunx to Jupiter and the North Node in Taurus, who are about to start their conjunction on Tuesday. So this may be a time to show a little self-restraint and not overdo it. By Monday night, the moon in Libra forms a sesquiquadrate to Uranus in Taurus and a sextile to Mars in Leo. So there's something shocking or revolutionary that has started in your life and you want to take action on it, but there could be delays or hesitations at play here. The moon and Mars in a sextile between Libra and Leo really just want to have a fun social time, and some opportunities to do that may present themselves. On Tuesday at midnight on the East Coast, or 9 p.m. on Monday night on the West Coast, Jupiter hits 3 degrees of Taurus, beginning his partile conjunction to the North Node in Taurus. The North Node in traditional astrology acts as an amplifier to the Jupiterian energy here. Since Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, wealth, prosperity, fertility, growth, and our beliefs, this could be felt as an overexpansion, over-the-top wealth, prosperity, or abundance, right? There could be some inflation in these areas and a tendency to be over-optimistic or overconfident. So even though this may generally be a positive transit, there is also a caution here to watch for pushing it too far, too fast, or too soon, especially with the Mars and Leo energy that is still in a whole sign square relationship to Jupiter and the North Node. And Mars wants to have drama, excitement, and a good time. The moon in Libra is feeling some reservations about this expansion and will be weighing and contemplating whatever options this energy brings in. Right after Jupiter hits the North Node, the moon forms a quincunx to Saturn in Pisces, so there is definitely the feeling that we want change and separation from something that we feel has been trapping us or limiting us in some way. But the boundaries that Saturn is trying to create in Pisces are shrouded in a thick fog and hard to see. The Pisces energy can be messy, all over the place, and slippery, so Saturn's attempt to hold onto it and contain it may be hard, and the Libra moon's desire to logically understand it may be even harder. At 3:38 a.m. Eastern Time, the moon in Libra forms a trine to the sun in Gemini, so there's an ease and flow to the day that is nice and appealing. We may feel very curious about things right now with the sun in Gemini, wanting to make fun plans for the summer, and the Libra moon is deciding where to start with the fun festivities that could be had. But something may feel off. By the afternoon on Tuesday, the moon forms another quincunx, but this time to Mercury in Taurus. So here's where the disconnect is. Something to do with how we are communicating or expressing ourselves is just not in total alignment with our circumstances yet. Mercury still has a little ways to go before he exits the post-retrograde shadow period, but by Tuesday evening he is only 1 degree away from being out of shadow. This means that we are almost at the end of his last retrograde period and we are closing up whatever lessons or revisions we had to make. And finally, on Tuesday night, the moon finishes the day out by opposing Chiron in Aries and entering the Via Combusta, the burned path. So this is like a decision about whatever triggers, wounds, or vulnerabilities we've been trying to work out over the last month, really since the solar eclipse in Aries. It's almost like we are now passing a final judgment on ourselves. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go right? How caught up in ego-centered drama did we get? Have our relationships with others grown and evolved? Where do we go from here? So lots of reflections going on emotionally on Monday and Tuesday as we try to navigate the new world, the new set of circumstances we find ourselves in, and any new doors that appear to be opening with Jupiter's conjunction to the North Node. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for today? 5. Mars, Force. Mars is the planet of war, aggression, action, and sexual desires. He represents our drive and appetite for life, as well as how we fight for things and defend our own positions. The number 5 also represents conflict and change. So together, Mars and the number 5 indicate that we may feel there is something to fight for today or be in direct competition with. There could be conflicts, challenges, and changes happening that we may feel aggressive towards or ignited by. Maybe the changes are exciting, or maybe they are challenging. Whatever the case, the Mars card is saying that you have the willpower, the stamina, and the energy to deal with whatever is coming your way. It may be hard to keep a level head and not be hot-headed about whatever it is, so do keep that in mind, as the Mars energy has the tendency to create inflammation, flare-ups, and spikes in adrenaline. We also need to be mindful of injuries and accidents caused by doing things too forcefully or too fast. As the card for the day, I say use it, but responsibly. Use the energy of Mars to get whatever you need to get done today accomplished. Try not to rush things or be too impulsive, but rather harness the Mars energy as fuel that, if released like a slow burn, can power you for a while. The temptation with this energy is to just hit the ground running and do a dash toward your goal. But the North Node is in Taurus, remember? So that means slow and steady wins the race. With Jupiter meeting up with the North Node and this card coming up, I would caution against going too big too fast, or that fire will burn out, or worse, explode. So think slow cooker rather than broiler, if at all possible. And keep your ego in check. Mars can be arrogant, boastful, and cocky, so stay humble and hopefully you won't piss anyone off. Let me know if this reading resonates with you in the comments. I hope this is helpful. Until Wednesday, AstroMommy.
Thank you for reading or listening to the Daily Horoscope. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from the Black Moon Astrology cards, available on Amazon. If you seek knowledge and enlightenment, the AstroMommy Newsletter may be right for you. Side effects of reading or listening to the AstroMommy Newsletter are common and include joy, jubilation, delight, happiness, gratitude, love, triumph, feeling in tune with the universe, experiencing deep insights, reflections, and contemplations, a lightened soul, a lighter step, feeling awake when others are asleep, illuminated, enlightened, having spiritual experiences, noticing repeating numbers, animals in nature, or songs on the radio that speak to you, getting vibes, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsmelliance, feeling like you know secret language, biophilia, crying tears of joy, emotional literacy, feeling lively, stable, exalted, having an auric glow, or feeling like you woke up on the right side of the bed have all been reported. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a very small commission. Thanks for listening.